What's up? This is Trenton with Southeast Pitch Report, and I'm hanging here with Dennis and Sean from Alesana.
What's up, y'all?
Just in case there's somebody out there who doesn't know who you guys are, briefly explain.
So the majority of Earth?
Okay. So just explain who you guys are and what your band's about.
We are Alesana from North Carolina. We are a concept band. We write stories, and we wholeheartedly believe in the idea of PMA, positive mental attitude.
Okay, awesome. So it's been a few years since you guys have really put out a full length. You guys put out the Decade EP recently. So what's been going on between the last full length you guys put out and the Decade EP?
Well, we did the EP, which is fun because, like we were saying, we're a story band. Actually, the first time we wrote a story about ourselves, and it was kind of 10 years. It seemed like the right time to do it. And he's about to have his second kid.
Awesome! Congratulations!
Got married and everything. And when you've
been
in a band for that long, they had a little real life time, which is awesome.
It's pretty cool that we've gotten through that hump. Like, a lot of bands, as you get older and real life sets in and the band just disappears, we kind of harbored our way through that. And we're like, all right, we're gonna take this little break so we can all figure out who we are, and we still love each other. We still want to make
that transition at the same time with revival and everything, and figuring out moving from 300 days a year touring, which is what we used to do, to having a semblance of a human life on the outside, and working that out is kind of a conundrum to say the least.
Hey, we love our band. We love touring. We love everything we do, but we love our families too.
Yeah.
And it's at some point in life you gotta split the time between both.
And it's all just cutting out all the middle in.
All right. So
that's what we've done.
Speaking of the Decade EP, it's a story about yourselves. Is there any plans to continue the previous stories from the first full lengths and stuff?
Oh, definitely.
So the full length is
well, last December we put out a single called Fatima Osaka, which was like an exploration of one of our characters, but like a deeper, more crazy kind of sense.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that again this December with another new single, and then in the spring it'll be the conclusion of our trilogy.
Okay.
Full length.
Yeah, it's kind of a bridge. It's a real big kind of like crazy story. So we fed that in and kind of explained, fill in some gaps, and then the final push, the grand reveal.
Awesome.
Which when we decided sort of the way we want to end it, we both got goosebumps just saying it.
That's pretty cool.
It should be pretty awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. Are there any plans after that? I mean, this is kind of looking pretty far in the future, but after that one, is there any plans for a new concept coming up, or you guys do some kind of like the Decade EP where you write more about yourselves or talk about personal stuff?
I would say the cool thing about our band is that we're all so tight and we're all where we are in life that we don't necessarily rely on it. Does that make sense? Like we can just keep doing whatever we want to do, which is awesome.
And I've thought about this, and I honestly think it'll be us hanging out and drinking, and someone will say something like, "That's the next album," or "That's the next story." This is something just random.
Our guitarist Jake brought this up. He's like, "Remember when bands used to do split EPs?" We're like, "Yeah, that sounds awesome." He's like, "Let's find another concept band and do a split EP with another concept band, and write a concept together." Like, those are the kind of ways we think. Is like we've done it all, man. We've seen the entire world. We've done EPs, full-length, singles, all of it. So for us, it's like,
and that stuff started to fade away, which is one of the saddest things about the music industry. Is it used to be like such a camaraderie of like bands like working together to push, especially with our kind of like our alternative music, into the forefront. And now it is like dog eat dog.
Yeah.
And like that's not the way it's supposed to be, man.
Yeah.
We can all lift each other up together, and the concept of working with bands and trying to rehype that and remind kids that's what music's about.
Yeah, that's why when we put on together tours like this, like the 3 bands we brought with us, we brought them with us because we believe they can be something special. And we're like, whatever popularity we have left, we're hoping to bestow some of that upon you. And it's not about being better than any one of these bands or bringing out a band that we think will make the show bigger. It's like, we like these guys and we want to spend time with them and listen to their music every night.
They're all amazing musicians, and even better, when you get off stage, meeting somebody who knows when they're off stage and they're just a real person.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's what all those guys said. Funeral Portrait, they when we talked to them, they were beyond stoked, to be on the tour with you guys. And they said once the starstruck kind of like went away, you guys were just normal guys. And the revival, he said it was a family. He really feels like the whole camaraderie there is actually like a family.
That's the whole point of it, man. And that's bringing back what you said, bringing back that old mentality of music is supposed to be community and family, not every man for himself that it turned into in the last several years. And we're trying to bring a little bit of that back.
Okay. So, before the interview, you were talking about a fan you met recently who said she was 5 when you guys formed. Coming up, you guys been around. You got a couple million likes on Facebook and fans and stuff. You guys seen the world. Like you said, you've done it all. Is there? Have you seen like the people who are now in their 20s and late 20s who discovered you guys in high school and all that, who are getting into like kind of more different styles of music? Have you guys seen that change with these shows, or is it still fairly like the same group, or is it like a more younger crowd, the next generation come to see you guys?
It's a good mix. It's a mix of diehards, like some people moved into different genres, but you'll see the people who've been listening to us forever, and you'll see kids that are reaching like a certain age, and especially with the way we do music and telling stories that have already been like iconic pieces of literature. Obviously, the message is echoed through time that long, and so it really translates well, especially with a younger audience. So you get the new ones, and then the people that it still like sticks with. So it's a nice balance between old school fans, new people. So tons of reasons to get excited to play new stuff, old stuff.
I mean, the incredible thing is we'll be at one show, and we'll have somebody come up to us and say, "Hey, we have a 3-year-old little girl. We named her Alesana because of your band." And then we'll meet a 13-year-old who just discovered our band. Like, yeah. When we started our band, like that's incredible to be capturing that many generations. We're just incredibly proud of it. It's probably the number one thing we're the most proud of.
I was thinking about this earlier today. Bands like Under Oath who got formed like in the late '90s and stuff. Some kid in high school, at the time, when they broke up, probably could have just found them, and they weren't even born when they got together. So like they're like. I'm not calling you guys old guys or anything. Or other bands, but
that would be appropriate.
But you guys could be the band that somebody passes down to their kids, like 5-15 years from now, saying, I listen to this. This was my Metallica. This is my Led Zeppelin and stuff. They grow up listening to you guys and stuff. Just like you guys probably grew up listening onto the hair metal bands and the thrash metal bands from the '80s and stuff. So.
We're the 60s. I don't remember how old we are.
I know.
So how's it feel to still this? You guys are really down to earth. How's it feel? Looking back and seeing like all these things that you guys accomplished in your career and all the shows you play, tours you headline, albums you put out and stuff. Like,
I always like to think that one day I'll reflect on it. But I think the way we are as a group, we're always trying to think of what else we can do.
Okay.
Like, hey, what other record can we write? What other music can we make? What tour can we do? I think there'll be that one day. We've talked very recently about we're going to start these annual trips where we all get together with all the band members, all of our families, and we make sure that no matter where we are in life, that one weekend every year we all go to the same place and we spend time together. And I think that'll be one of those things. Like maybe 20 years from now, we're going to go, holy crap, we did a lot of really cool things.
Yeah, so right now, I'm still hungry.
Yeah, exactly. We're still just looking what other cool things can we contribute, and that's sort of where we are right now.
Yeah, that's really hard to find these days, bands who, keep the drive alive for, all these years. Usually they're like, oh, we're burnt out, or, so-and-so, they start a family. I mean, I'm not knocking them, but some bands, they start a family and they decide, it's time to, do something else and take care of my family and stuff.
It's rare to get a group of dudes who is able to been through, the normal dynamic shifts of every human's life and us to stick together like we have, and
that's a testament to who we are. More than anything.
What his band's part the most is egos, man, and every one of my dudes, I still say my favorite. I call it blue collar rock stars, man. Everybody still get that mentality, go and loading gear is the word.
You will find no egos in our band.
So you guys are the guys pushing the amps in and all that, and tuning your guitars and
the guys we bring out to help us are our friends. We don't hire outside techs and staff. It's just dudes that we know and hey, come hang out on tour for a month.
Yeah, it's not like those. It's not like some of those bands who
we still yell at them. Don't get me wrong. We still yell at them.
Shriek. Yeah, you're probably the best at yelling at them, probably.
You gotta pay extra for that. So.